morning, Donald Wells spoke on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
Please, let Summer be okay. And please come home.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV, and I told the boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back, and within 2 minutes I came back, and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer.
That she was abducted, I knew that right away, and that's what I told him from the beginning.
Hi, my name is Dee. Thank you for watching. You could have went up to the Wells house anytime before June 15th, 2021, and there would have been 13 to 20 dogs present. And on the day Summer came up missing, Don Wells said all the dogs were gone. That raises my suspicions a little bit. Now, we've seen these parents' behavior in the past 2 years, and especially lately. They put drugs and alcohol first in their lives before anything else. And I know they did it 2 years ago also. They put drugs and alcohol before their children. And usually when that happens, the parents are emotionally unavailable to those children. A lot of secrets were kept in this family between Don and Candus and Grandma. And we saw it. We saw the neglect, and we saw the bruises on Summer in a lot of those pictures. Don and Candus have been covering up their bad behavior for years. There were a lot of points in that first interview that I thought were very interesting and very important. One, Don Wells, right off the bat, he said, I knew right away she was abducted. That doesn't sound like much hope for a missing child's parents. She said she couldn't remember time details, but then she turned around and said, we were only there for 20 minutes. I was right back in 2 minutes. If you can't remember, you can't remember. But if you do remember, you remember. And I think Candus did remember.
She was the angel of blessing. The love of our life. She's what made our world go around.
If she was what made your world go around, why didn't you bond with her when she was an infant? Wouldn't that make sense? Candus's repeated claim that Summer was inside and disappeared from inside doesn't make sense. It never has. You didn't want to get emotionally involved with your own child that you gave birth to? What the hell? We all saw Summer running around in church. I know in my heart Summer didn't enjoy playing in a basement by herself with her little toys. I know this in my heart. And I'd like to know what game the boys were playing that day, or they were watching TV, because whatever they were wrapped up in that day, I might want to go play that game. Candus acted like they were so wrapped up in it, they couldn't even take their eyes from it. I know the world has changed and all that, but when I was a kid, if my mama said jump, I didn't hesitate, I jumped. And in my opinion, that was a low down, dirty, rotten thing for a mother to do to her 3 boys, is lay that guilt trip on their heads for the rest of their lives. And y'all could have done just about anything, but when you did that right there, that ain't cool. As a mother, as anybody, it's not cool. That ain't cool at all. That's kind of messed up. And when Ansley Daniels asked candusbly if she came home alone that day, Candus went off. They had to bleep stuff out of the interview.
So was there anybody else with you?
No, not when we came home, no.
Was there anybody else swimming with you? People, I think, had questions.
Wanted to go with because he didn't want to be around his grandmother because, as he would call it, she's a... I'm sorry, that's what he said.
Candus gave excessive information that didn't matter. Like when she told Chris, she jumped right up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And whatever happened to Ronnie? I thought Ronnie was going to tell us something soon. It's been almost 2 months. They dumped all blame of Summer disappearing right in the lap of their 3 sons. Like it was their responsibility and not candusbly's.
It's been 13 days since Candus Bly and Donald Wells last saw their 5-year-old daughter, Summer.
I'm just scared that somebody's hurting her, and there's nothing I can do about it, and it smothers me.
As the almost 2-week-long search through the rough terrain scales back, Summer's parents say they believe someone took their daughter.
Personally, I think someone come up here and grabbed her and ran down the hill.
I think so,
and
too.
threw her in a car and drove as far away as they could from this area.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing.
We all saw Summer running around in the church. If you think Summer Wells didn't run around that whole 11 acres, no one can make me believe that Summer Wells was a sit-in-the-basement child. Summer Wells was all over that 11 acres. She didn't sit still in one place in that house.
In the evening on June 15th, her father called to report her missing, but he wasn't home yet from work.
Please like, subscribe, share, and y'all have a great rest of your weekend.